Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, a love-hate relationship. This is a remake of a now 15-year-old game, so needless to say this game features only the first 3 generations of Pokemon. Here you start by choosing 2 characters of different types from all 9 starters, with a mix of others such as Pikachu. However, I must urge you to pick your favorite based on the Pokemon as they are, not their evolution forms, which I'll get into later. So I chose Charmander even though Typhlosion is my favorite fire type. Basically, you're a human that takes the form of a Pokemon for an unknown reason, a reason that you seek to find. In the meantime, you made a great friend that wants to start a rescue team, a real Pokemon that wants help helping other Pokemon, so you two set out on an adventure together to uncover your past and help Pokemon in need in these mystery dungeons. This is a game where you set out with a team of up to 3 Pokemon and complete tasks given to you on a bulletin board. You then go to the procedurally generated dungeon where these tasks are, and you climb the floors until all are done. These tasks are all super easy and just require you to get to the floor and interact with an item, and thankfully you're able to do every mission in that dungeon in one go, so you don't have to keep coming back and reclimbing. After you turn in your missions, you're rewarded with items that can also be found in dungeons. These items help with refilling your power points, health, give you dojo tickets so you can level up your character faster, among other things. You'll also be rewarded with cash that you can use to purchase camps. This is where the whole Pokemon part of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon comes into play. As you're going through completing missions, both story and optional, you'll be battling Pokemon, however in a grid format. So you actually have to choose to move diagonal, for example, rather than just move your character like you can up, down, left, and right, which gets really annoying during battles. After you defeat Pokemon, sometimes they'll decide to join you on your journey, voila, catching them all. But it's not so simple as them choosing to join your rescue team. You must also escape the dungeon with them alive, as well as have purchased a camp for them to stay at. Each Pokemon needed a special camp before they'll stay on your team. If you don't yet have that camp, you'll be given money and you have to recapture them after you do. And once you do, you can then add them to your team and go out on adventures with them. However, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon tries its hardest to snuff out any sort of Pokemon in this Pokemon game aside from these initial grindy tactics. This is a very story-based game, so you're kinda locked to the first 2 characters you choose. Your third character has to be from the wild, and you don't really have much choice in who your third partner is. It isn't, oh, I have a Pokemon in mind I want as my third, let me go hunt them down, because the best Pokemon are locked off until this 18-hour journey is over. The starters are all locked off in post-game when you get 6 new locations to go to, which kills the whole collecting and strategy aspects of a strategy-based collecting game. It isn't, I'm about to take on Moltres, let me go grab a Squirtle and level it up to aid me in this battle. Water types are basically non-existent in this world until you beat in the game. There are only a couple options for electricity types as well, killing incentive to build special teams for different dungeons. Not that you could anyway, as again, you're essentially tied to the first 2 you choose for story purposes. And worse is, there's no evolution. You can't evolve your Pokemon until post-game either, which is all the fun of leveling up. This is basically a game of grind and monotony, and developers knew this. There's even an auto-walk button where the game plays itself. It grinds for you. To add to the grind of this game, if you die in a dungeon, you can either send in a new team to rescue you, or choose to fail the mission and lose all money or items in your possession. That's right, all. Not just what you picked up in the dungeon. Literally every item that you didn't store in the bank or with Kangaskhan before you left in your possession is gone. But either way, you're forced to replay the dungeon, rather than just be sent back to a checkpoint. I became so frustrated with this mechanic that towards the end of the game, I'd quit out of the game completely when I died during a cheap moment, and quickly use a revive item to keep going before I lost it all. That being said, I love the world of Pokemon so much that I still stuck through. I needed breaks, but it had its hooks in me. If you're not a fan of Pokemon, Mystery Dungeon won't change that. In fact, if Pokemon wasn't attached to it, I would have stopped playing long before credits rolled, but I just couldn't stop. And for me, the ending made it all worth it. It's just a shame that everything that makes Pokemon Pokemon is saved for the post-game. That's when the true catching them all begins, sadly when you're already over it. I give Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX a 7.5 out of 10. If you play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, tell me what you thought about it down in the comment section below. If you haven't played it, tell me if you're not picking it up. Thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at Superkengaming. Thanks for watching, and of course, stay beautiful. you thought that video was good, you should probably watch this video. The very video that's on your screen right now that YouTube hand-selected for you out of all my thousands of videos. This is the one that I want you to watch next. And make sure you're subscribed because I'm not a genie or anything, but I'm pretty sure you get 42 years of bad luck if you made it this far into my video and you're not subscribed. You don't have to subscribe. I'm just looking out for you. I'm just looking out for your luck and your life.